Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Inside Beauty, and it's me, your host, the Inside Man. Today, I'll be talking about the OPPO A93 or OPPO F17 Pro as known in other markets. And today, I'll be showing you the inside of the sleekest phone of 2020. This phone uses an under-display fingerprint, and I'll show you how it looks like when we get inside the skin of this phone. When you place the phone side by side with the Tecno Camon 16 Premier, the OPPO A93 is almost as tall, but it's way thinner and way lighter than the Tecno Camon 16 Premier. So let's get started with the teardown of the OPPO A93 and see all the features that makes it this thin. I'll start with the easy part, that is turning off the phone and taking out the SIM card tray. The plastic back, or the polycarbonate as OPPO calls it, is held to the frame of the phone with heat seals. Applying a little heat gives access to easily find an opening and start removing the back. Holding and opening this phone makes me kind of wonder, how did OPPO manage to fit in a quad rear camera, a dual front facing selfie camera, a 4000 mAh battery and a motherboard inside a body this slim and light? Well, I guess we'll find out soon. Removing the back was not that difficult. And here is your first thin factor. Man, the back cover is so thin. It's so thin and very lightweighted that a simple pressure bend would have broken it. This reminds me of the thin margin with which Manchester City clinched the EPL title from Manchester United a few years back. The inside of the phone is well arranged, divided into three layers. The top, where we see the cameras and the main motherboard. The middle, where the 4000 mAh battery is occupying the whole spot. And then at the bottom, you get the bottom board that houses the main speaker, the USB Type-C, the mouthpiece, 3.5mm jack, and the vibration module. The flex or this cable ribbon connecting the bottom board to the main board is very visible at the top, and removing the black tape shows its direction of flow and its connection points. There are numbers of screws to be removed before I get to show you the complete details inside. The plastic frame is easy to remove once the screws are gone. Again, the frame is very thin and lightweight. The camera bump is the only exception here. Once inside, you are greeted by the 48 megapixel main camera and the 8 megapixel ultra wide. These other 2 megapixel camera are just not useful. So much for a quad rear cameras, right? This is the earpiece speaker and it's sitting at the top undisturbed. The dual selfie camera is also very visible right here. Then there is the 4000 mAh battery separating the main and bottom motherboard. But this little large ribbon cable guy here is connecting them back up. Well, OPPO wants the main and bottom board to work together, and even a massive 4000 mAh battery cannot put asunder. Let's take out the boards and see the things inside and beneath. At this point, a sub to the channel would be appreciated. The first part of the bottom shows the speaker and vibration model, and again, they are thin. A careful look and you will see the under-display fingerprint sensor neatly tucked inside the bottom motherboard. After unclipping all the ribbon cables, it was easy for the bottom board to come off, which again is very thin. The USB Type-C and 3.5mm jack is attached to this board. It's time to take out the battery. After some pressure, the battery came off, and guess what? Yes, it is impressively thin also. Here is the deal. It appears OPPO decided to make the battery wider and longer in order to avoid it being bumped up or raised up. This way, they kept the battery flat, thin. It's now making sense how OPPO manages to achieve creating this sleek phone. With battery out, it's time to have a closer look at the components of the motherboard. Removing the board was actually easy. The arrangement of the board, for the most part, is also very cool. This right here is the 48 megapixel main camera. It has no OIS, but it can shoot 4K videos. And this is the 8 megapixel ultra wide. And below are the other 2 megapixel cameras. This right here is the 16 and 2 megapixel dual front camera at the top right. You can see them right here. The front camera does not have OIS and cannot shoot 4K videos. There is no front flash. The front camera makes use of the screen flashlight for night selfie, which is not that bad. This right here is the SIM card tray, and this is the chipset, the MediaTek Helio P95 with an octa-core processor. If this was a gaming phone, I would have complained about the inside cooling system, but it's not, hence I'll just let it pass. This is the inside of the OPPO A93 or OPPO F17 Pro as it's called in some region. I'm just going to put this phone back together. To be honest, I'm impressed by how the inside components, especially the battery, how thin it is. The thin components inside reflects over the thinness and the sleekness of the phone. One question though, how come the price of the phone is not as thin as the phone? I mean, for about $320, this thin device here is quite fat if you ask me. Final note about the OPPO A93. The thin components are very fragile, which means you have to handle this phone with care. Secondly, this cooling system is not so impressive, which means you have to avoid playing heavy-duty games extensively, like for a long period of time. The OPPO A93 or OPPO F17 Pro is not a gaming device. This is the inside man saying adios mi amigo. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TechRan. Remember, this is TechRan, and here we talk less about outward beauty and focus on what is inside. See you around. Bye for now.